History Spotlight, brought to you by HEC Media and the Missouri Historical Society.
Hello, I'm Dr. Jody Sowell, president of the Missouri Historical Society in St. Louis, and this is History Spotlight. Shelley v. Kramer is a landmark United States Supreme Court case that held that racially restrictive housing covenants could not be legally enforced. Public historian Cecily Hunter explains the details of the case and how it started in St. Louis.
So at a time when St. Louis had a booming population and essentially people were migrating in, J.D. and Ethel Shelley, their story is one of which is infamous because of its ascension into the Supreme Court. Ethel and J.D. actually moved their children from Mississippi to St. Louis. And like many other families, they wanted to purchase a home. So they were actually shown 4600 Labadie, and they fell in love with the home and eventually put forth an offer. That offer was accepted. The Marcus Improvement Association with Fern as well as Lewis Kramer pushed back. They became the plaintiffs of that particular case, arguing because of the restrictive covenant that was in place for that home, that therefore Black people could not live in that particular property. What transpires after that is a court case. And so this court case on the circuit court level, they argue that because the restrictive covenant was not actually signed, it wasn't, therefore, it shouldn't be in effect, right? And then there was another court case which reversed that one, and that went to the Supreme Court, the Missouri Supreme Court. And then finally, on May 3rd, 1948, it was determined that the restrictive covenant could not be judicially enforced, even though it was considered to be a private contract, because it was in violation of the 14th Amendment. So it's cases like Shelley v. Kramer, it's cases like Dred and Harriet Scott's freedom suit, cases like even Gaines v. Canada, that also set a precedent for civil rights movement and the ways in which Black people were using the court system to advocate for their rights.
Next week on History Spotlight, the day Martin Luther King Jr. gave a speech to over 2,000 people in this very room.
To learn more about the Missouri Historical Society, visit mohistory.org.